This just took a clean short, entry to target, and it covered almost the entire move on its own. One signal, no adjustments needed. Entry mark, stop tightened to break even the second it made sense to, and all three targets ticked off clean. Stick with me, because I'm going to show you the actual number this thing puts on every single sweep before it decides whether to take the trade. And near the end, I'll give you the settings tweak for when the market you're watching is a lot choppier than this one. Head over to TradingView, click Indicators, and search Mirage Liquidity Sweep Pro. Look for the one by Willie Algo Trader. It drops straight onto your chart as an overlay, no separate panel, and it works the same way on gold, on the NASDAQ, on most major indices. This isn't a gold-only setup. Gold's just the clearest example to show you today. Most liquidity sweep tools just draw an X the second a wick pokes past an old high or low, and call it a signal. This one doesn't trust the wick on its own. It actually grades the sweep, 0 to 100, before it lets a trade anywhere near it. Look at these dotted lines running along the old highs and lows. Those are labeled BSL and SSL, buy side and sell side liquidity. Every one of those lines is a swing high or low that's never been touched again. The market tends to get pulled toward those levels because that's where the resting stop orders are sitting. The moment price actually wicks through one of them and then closes back on the other side, that's the sweep. You can see it marked with a small X right on the wick. Sometimes you'll also see two of those levels connected by a line tagged EQH or EQL. That's this tool spotting near identical highs or lows sitting close together. Two levels that close together are basically a magnet because every trader looking at that chart sees the same obvious level, which means a lot of stops are stacked in the same place. Now here's the part most sweep indicators skip entirely. Next to a qualifying sweep, you'll see a number. That's a sweep quality score out of 100. And it's the whole reason this tool isn't just drawing an X on every random wick. Most traders open the settings panel, see a volume filter you can toggle on, and assume that's the main thing deciding whether a sweep counts. Here's the trap. Volume only makes up 15% of that score. The two things actually carrying the most weight are how deep the wick pierced past the level and how strongly price reclaimed it afterward. And between them, those two account for more than half the score. In plain terms, a sharp, aggressive stab through the level that snaps straight back scores far higher than a lazy wick that barely pokes through, no matter what the volume's doing. There's a min sweep score setting that filters on this number directly. Raise it, and you get far fewer sweeps, but the ones that do qualify are the sharp, aggressive kind. Lower it, and you'll see more sweeps fire, including some of the weaker, slower ones. There's a setting called Require CHoCH Confirmation, and it's on by default. With it on, a sweep doesn't become a signal by itself. Price has to actually break a recent bit of minor structure afterward before the trade fires. Turn it off, and the trade fires the instant the sweep happens. On means you wait a little longer, but you're only trading sweeps that price has already started confirming. Off means you're faster into the move, but you'll take some sweeps that never actually turn. So here's what actually has to line up. First, an unswept high or low needs to get swept within your max sweep distance, so it can't be some ancient level from months ago. Second, that sweep needs to clear your min sweep score. Third, if CHoCH confirmation is switched on, price needs to break the recent minor structure within your confirmation window, or the setup just quietly expires, and it only ever opens one trade at a time. If price sweeps both sides on the same candle, that's treated as a conflict, no clear direction, and nothing fires at all. One thing worth flagging now, because you'll see it in the trade coming up. The higher time frame bias only ever nudges the score a little. It doesn't block a trade outright. So you can genuinely get a long signal while the bias reads bearish, and it can still work. Keep that in mind, because that's exactly what happens in the second trade I'm about to show you. So what does all of that actually look like once a trade's live? Let's watch it happen, both directions. Quick thing before we get into both trades properly. Everything I've just shown you about the score and the confirmation only matters if you're actually watching the chart the second that sweep completes. And realistically, half the time, that's while you're asleep, at work, or you've just looked away for 10 minutes. That's the real gap between understanding a setup and actually being in it. So more traders are taking a tested strategy like this one and letting it run automatically on their own account or a prop firm challenge. So the setup still gets taken whether they're watching or not. And you get one-on-one guidance from ex-City of London traders instead of figuring it out alone. If that's you, there's a short video on the site that shows exactly how it works. The link's in the description. Right, back to the charts. Back to the short from the start of this video. Price pushes up, wicks through a buy-side liquidity level, and closes back below it. That's the sweep. Score comes back high on this one, comfortably above the min sweep score, and CHoCH confirmation kicks in once price breaks the minor structure below. That's when the short label actually prints and the trade opens. The stop sits just above the wick that took the liquidity, with a small buffer added on top of that so ordinary noise doesn't clip it out early. From there, targets are set as multiples of that risk. First target lands at just over 1 times the risk, second at 2 times, third at 3 times. Price drops straight into TP1. The moment that touches, the stop jumps down to break even. So from here, this trade genuinely cannot lose money. Worst case, it just closes flat. Then TP2 hits, then TP3, and the trade closes out having covered the entire drop, top to bottom, in one signal. Now the other direction, because a tool that only shows you the winning side of one market isn't proving anything. Here, price actually wicks below a sell side level and snaps straight back above it. Score comes back solid. And notice the higher time frame bias on the dashboard is reading bearish while this fires long. Like I said earlier, that bias only nudges the score, it doesn't block the trade, and this one still qualifies and fires. Entry goes in, stop sits just below the wick with the same small buffer. First target's the closest, second and third stack up above it at the same one too, 3 times risk spacing as before. TP1 hits, stop jumps to break even again, so the trade's risk free from here. TP2 hits next. Price does pull back hard after that, right down toward where the stop now sits at break even, but because that stop already moved up, the worst that happens here is a flat exit, not a losing one. That's the whole point of that break even step. It turns this move failed into this trade just stopped giving anything back. Before you go, one settings combo. If you're trading something choppier than what you saw here, bump your min sweep score up toward the 65 region. That filters out the weaker, slower sweeps and only leaves you the sharp, aggressive ones that this tool actually scores highest. And leave CHoCH confirmation switched on, because in CHOP, waiting for that extra structure break is what keeps you out of the fakeouts. One honest thing to say plainly, that win rate on the dashboard is genuinely tracking what already happened on this specific chart. It's not a promise about what happens next. Markets change, and a sweep that scores high today can still fail tomorrow. This tool grades the setup, it doesn't remove the risk. If you're serious about trading like this for real, with the rules running whether you're at the screen or not, an ex-City of London traders in your corner, that's exactly what we help traders set up. There's a short video on the site that walks through how the whole thing works. The link's right below. Go and watch it now. Stay disciplined, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next one.